Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, am I audible to you?
Yeah, audible.
Yeah, hi.
Yeah.
Hi.
I'm Akshay. I'll be your trainer for this GRIHA documentation classes.
Okay. Hi, sir.
Hi. I'm an IGBC AP, GRIHA CP, and evaluator and trainer.
Hello, everyone.
So we are here for the class of GRIHA documentation. GRIHA stands for Green Rating for Integrated Habitat Assessment. Is anyone over here familiar with GRIHA? You can unmute and say. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah. Basically, it analyzes all the variants of this particular house. Any kind of residential level projects in evaluating system. It helps in rating system basically.
Okay. GRIHA.
Um,
Basically GRIHA is there for green rating in India. In India, there are two Indian rating system, GRIHA and IGBC. We'll be discussing about GRIHA in this class. And GRIHA is an organization that look after all the green building rating systems, the projects which enroll themselves for the GRIHA rating system. The GRIHA keeps a check and balance with the projects and make sure that all the parameters in the guidelines are followed. So thinking about buildings on a global as well as local perspective, buildings are responsible for at least 40% of the energy consumption right now. Globally, building account for 40% of the energy consumption. An estimated 42% of the global water consumption is through buildings. As we all know that energy is very much precious, and so is water. We do need to conserve these two main resources by Mother Earth. 50% of the global consumption of raw material is consumed by buildings. Means 50% of the raw material in this world is consumed by our sector, that is the building sector, construction sector. 50% of the world's air pollution, we are the ones who are responsible for 50% of the pollution in the air. In today's scenario, 42% of its greenhouse gases, 50% of the all water pollution, 48% of all solid wastes, 50% of the CFC, chlorofluorocarbon, to the environment. If we just go through the timeline, in the 1970s, if we talk about India, in the 1970s, the energy consumption of India was around 14% by the building sector, which has increased to 33% by 2004, 2005. Sorry, here is a mistake. Energy consumption in the year, sorry. Okay. Energy consumption till now, till the year 2019, it was accounted for more than 40% through the buildings that we architects, engineers come up with. Water consumption per capita in the 90s was 2,464 cubic meter, which is expected to get reduced by 1,700 cubic meter. Don't we think that these are going to be drastic changes to our lifestyle as well as the Mother Earth? So green building is one of the answer. One of the answer. It is not the complete answer. It is one of the answers. The wastewater treatment capacity so far is about 7,144 MLD, accounting for only 27% of the wastewater generated. Means the complete wastewater that is generated presently in India, we are only able to process 27% of them. Only 27%. Solid waste generation in India to the tune of 48 million tons per annum, out of which we are just about 25% of waste account for construction industry. If you just see 25% of the waste, it's huge. urban heat island impacts give rise to increased temperature by up to 10 degrees Fahrenheit. These are the things that we, as an architect, as a designer, as an engineer, we can contribute in all these aspects and reduce them drastically. Like if we just talk about the 27% of wastewater generated, if we as an architect can design better, if we as an engineer can execute better, it can be reduced. This 25%, it can be reduced. So can anyone tell actually what do you understand by green buildings? Anyone?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Green buildings basically reduce the energy which they consume in different methods by using alternative energy sources, and they treat the water in the they reuse the or recycle that particular water which is uh, coming out from that particular building, and mostly to maintain a zero level energy consumption. That is what the target is.
Yeah. Like if you say about in India, we do know what is the basic difference between Delhi being a smart city, not being a smart city, and Dubai being a smart city. Can anyone tell me the comparison or the differences between these two places? What Delhi has or what Dubai has, which Delhi don't have? Anyone?
Maybe the carbon emission.
Carbon emission. No, just take it in a very layman perspective.
Okay.
Then can we say that what Delhi or Mumbai or any of our metro city lacks in comparison with Dubai or London or New York?
It's like high-rise buildings.
Okay, high-rise building.
It could be power consumption, maybe.
Could be power consumption. Like if you compare any of our metropolitan city does have hospitals, okay, does have schools, does have various infrastructure like parks, public spaces, commercial spaces, and same as the condition with Dubai, London, or New York, right? They also have the same elements to their cities. But what I think is that in India, what we lack is good administration, right? So when we talk about green buildings, it rating system, it also like helps the administration in the way that we have our own STPs, like sewage treatment plants in our own campus. If we are working on a big scale project, large scale projects like housing societies, then we do have provision for sewage treatment plant, which reduces the effort that the administration has to come up with. So we as a consultant, as a designer, as an engineer, we have to come up with solutions that has good impact to the environment as well as to the administration and the localities. Okay. So what is a green building? Buildings have major environmental impacts during the life. Resources such as ground cover, forest water, and energy are dwelling to give way to buildings. Resource intensive material provide structure to building, and landscaping adds beauty to it. In turn, using up water and pesticides to maintain it. See, we as a consultant, as a landscape consultant, or someone who is dealing with the landscape, we do come up with various like plants for our project, which ends up consuming lots of water. So as a consultant, what we can change over here is we can plant some native trees, native species, so that it consumes water according to the climatic condition and according to the soil condition of that area. These are the very minute changes. We'll be doing very minute changes in the green building rating, but it will have drastic impact on longer go. Energy consuming system for lighting, air conditioning, and water heating provide comfort to its occupant. Okay, these things do provide comfort to the occupants. High-tech control and intelligence to inanimate buildings so that they can respond to varying conditions and intelligently monitor and control resources, use security and uses of firefighting system and other such system in the buildings. Water, another vital resources for the occupants, get consumed continuously during building construction and operation. We use water a lot right from the beginning of the construction to the end, and even after that we consume as a resident, as a dwellers. Several building processes and occupant functions generate large amount of waste, which can be recycled for use or can be reused directly. Like, I will give you a small example for this. Like, we do have a sewage treatment plant which treats the wastewater that we generate on a daily basis, and those water can be used in our landscaping, most of the areas in our landscape. Here we conserve water, the normal water that we were going to pour, we conserve water through minute changes of installing a small STP over there, and we just make a drastic change. Like, annually we can save around you can say 30 to 40% of water consumed by landscaping. Buildings are thus one of the major pollutants that affect urban air quality and contribute to climate change. One of the main scars given to the building industry, construction industry, that it pollutes the air and makes the air quality bad, especially in the urban parts of our country and in the whole world. So green building is one of the way through which we can counter this. So we can come up with many solutions which will be environmental friendly to the every issues can be resolved over there.
Hello.
Hello. Hello.
Yeah, sorry, I by mistake had it on mute.
Okay.
I was speaking up.
Yeah.
Yeah, now can someone summarize this? What is green buildings? What actually we are coming up with? Hello? Can someone summarize this? what we have done till now?
Hello.
Yes.
Your voice is not audible from your first side actually.
Am I audible
Keep
now?
it this. Yeah. Right now
Yeah.
is okay.
I'm asking, can anyone summarize the green buildings, what I have just told right now?
Green building is specifically, in general, I can say, where the environmental things which will used in the building environment, like we can use this is a turbine, so can windmill. This can generate the energy. And beside this, just like in a residential colony, there have no provision for maximum in colony area, there have no provision for STP.
Yeah.
So if provide any kind of STP, then we can treat that water and we can use this in the landscape area within the residential colony. And beside that, we can use the various kind of material like which is used in our daily life, that can be that can be used as a reuse, recycle, and reuse procedure. So we can use this kind of thing. And except that, I can say in green building specifically, there are maximum used in energy consumption is the maximum. That is kind of, you already said that 40% is already consumed by the building. So we can develop some kind of treatment for the facade of the building to reduce the energy consumption, like that. So these all are coming into the green building type of thing.
Great. If we can just go through these points, buildings have major environmental impact during the life. A green building depletes the natural resources to a minimum duration during its construction and operation. Minimize the demand on renewable resources, non-renewable resources. Maximize the utilization of efficiency of these resources when in use. Maximize the use, recycling, reuse, recycling, and utilization of new renewable resources. Maximizes the use of efficient building materials and construction practices. Optimizes the use of on-site sources and sinks by bioclimatic architectural practices. Uses of minimum energy to power itself. Uses efficient equipment to meet its lighting, air conditioning, and other needs. Maximizes the use of renewable resources of energy. Uses of efficient waste and water management practices. Provide comfortable and hygienic indoor working condition. Provide comfortable and hygienic indoor working condition. Can anyone explain this point? Can we have a very interactive session?
Yeah. I can say.
Yeah, sure. Actually, can someone else also I want everyone to participate in this. Sorry, Aditya, but we need to indulge everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think people will join slowly.
Yeah. Okay, you
Yeah.
can explain, Aditya.
Yeah, comfortable in the sense it could be the amount of light what we take inside the building, and the amount of
Right.
airflow which we require inside the building for a comfortable living, like room temperature, optimum room
Perfect.
temperature, and air. And the hygienic conditions, yes, we need a number of air changes in the room to avoid the sick building syndrome symptoms and other things. So for all those activities, maybe for offices and other things, and even to avoid germs or bacteria, like for present pandemic, I think that will be very much helpful.
Perfect. So
Yeah.
in such condition also, we as a green building consultant can be very handy to the people. So coming to the next slide. If you can see through this is actually a schematic diagram highlighting select green building features.
So how does this footpath number 9
Yeah.
pedestrian will help us in achieving such kind of things?
See, we use materials which, like, you know about heat island effect.
Yeah, yeah.
We can reduce it by using various type of materials.
Okay. Glazing. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shall we
Yeah.
proceed further?
Yeah.
Okay. In the some following aspect of a green building design are looked at. Like some of the following aspects are site planning, building envelope design, building system design like HVAC and all, electrical lighting, these things, water heating, integration of renewable energy sources to generate energy on site, water and waste management, selection of ecological sustainable materials with high recycled content, low emission potential, these things. Environmental, indoor environmental quality, maintain indoor thermal and visual comfort and air quality. Okay, so these are the basically main headings that we will be covering up in this course. This is also a cross section through a typical building highlighting selected green features, like the use of, if you go through this fifth point, it says BE star labeled split air conditioner. Means if you just use a BE, do we understand BE? Bureau of Energy Efficiency. It is responsible to give rating to the appliances. The more the rating, the better the efficiency is of the appliances. We'll be learning about ECBC, BEE, everything in this course. Benefits of green buildings. It consumes 40 to 60% lesser electricity according to the guidelines set by GRIHA, and the readings till now what we have done, it consumes around 40 to 60% less energy as compared to the conventional building. Attempt to work towards on-site energy generation through renewable energy utilization to cater to its energy needs. Okay, consumes 40 to 80% less water. Generate lesser waste by employing waste management strategies on site. Generate lesser pollution both during construction as well as while in the use. Green buildings ensure proper safety, health, and sanitation facilities for the laborers. Means the workers who are working in a project undergoing green building rating, it assures the proper safety, health, and sanitation facilities are provided to the laborers working in the project. Restrict the use of high ODP, ozone depleting potentials, substance in their system as well as in the finishes. Means systems means all the HVAC lighting system, and finishes means the material that we are using for the finishing work. Now coming to what is a green building rating system. A green building rating system is an evaluation tool that measures environmental performance of a building through its life cycle. Throughout the life cycle, we do have evaluation of all those things when we are going for the green building rating. It usually comprises of a set of criteria covering various parameters related to design, construction, operation of a green building. Each criteria has pre-assigned points and sets performance benchmarks and goals that are largely quantifiable. Means all the criteria, like in a building, we do have indulgence of architect, landscape architect, mechanical engineers, civil engineers, auditors, electrical engineers. So it covers all those parameters. green building rating system covers all those parameters and enhances all the working of all these parameters. A project is awarded points once it fulfills the rating criteria. The points are added up and the final rating of a project is decided. When we go for green building rating system, all the criteria are having certain point, 1 point, 2 point, 5 point, whatsoever is according to the criteria. We are granted the points, and it is actually a point based system. Rating system call for independent third party evaluation of a project, and different processes are put in place to ensure a fair evaluation. Means it is not always that a GRIHA person who is working with GRIHA will analyze your project. It also, like, we do have issues of corruption in India. Like, we get our drawing sanctioned through the municipal corporations just by bribing some amount of money. This is a fact. I'm talking about a fact. So just to cater and counter that, actually to counter that, GRIHA has come up with a system in which the outside evaluators, the unknown evaluators, just go through your project and they on a non-biased basis do the evaluation of the project, which is actually a very fair way of evaluation. Globally, green building rating systems are generally voluntary in nature and have been instrumental in raising awareness and popularizing green building designs. So, some introduction to GRIHA. What is GRIHA? GRIHA was developed as an indigenous building rating system, particularly to address and access non-air conditioned or partially air conditioned building. GRIHA has been developed to rate commercial, institutional, and residential building in India, emphasizing national environmental concern, regional climatic conditions, and indigenous solutions. Means GRIHA was basically on a focus of completely going into climatic, countering the climatic change that is occurring right now. GRIHA stresses passive solar techniques for optimizing visual and thermal comfort indoors, and encourages the use of refrigeration based and energy demanding air conditioning system only in cases of extreme thermal comfort. GRIHA integrates all relevant Indian codes and standards for building and acts as a tool to facilitate implementation of the same. Means GRIHA do comprises of all the guidelines in like you can say National Building Code, the state building codes, the municipal corporation rules, the MOEF guidelines, the aviation sector guideline. All these things are getting comprised in GRIHA. GRIHA do take care of all these things. So how to get your building rated? All building except for industrial complexes which are in the design stage are eligible for certification under the GRIHA system. Okay. Buildings include office spaces, institutional buildings, hotels, hospital buildings, healthcare facilities, housing complexes. All these criteria can go up for the GRIHA rating system. So what do we think is the basic of getting the green building rating system presently in the market in a practical life? Why do we think we should go for a green building rating? Can someone explain this?
It's sure. As of now, the rated buildings are very low, I guess, in India. Maybe they set as an example for time being, and at the same time, they consume very less energy compared to any other building of that category or that cadre.
Okay.
Yeah, this is what I wanted to.
It has commercial points to it as well. Like
Okay.
if a building is green building rated, then mostly nowadays customers or the clients get more towards these projects which are green rated. Right. Okay. What will be the registration process if you want a project to be going for green building rating system of GRIHA? What do? We go on to the website of GRIHA. The project has to register with GRIHA secretary by filling an online registration form available on the GRIHA website. This is the GRIHA website, www.grihaindia.org. Registration cost details are available on the web. Registration should preferably be done at the beginning of a project, as there are several issues that need to be addressed at the pre-design stages. Means when we are like into the very beginning of a project, we need to register with GRIHA so that the complete project and the complete process goes on very smoothly. The registration process includes access to the essential information related to rating, application forms, list of submissions. All these things are put in front of us once we register. All these things are stated to us. There is one more thing, that after registration there is a one-day workshop between the GRIHA and all the project team. The complete project team and the GRIHA conduct one-day workshop to familiarize everyone with the rating system and what its main impact will be, what it is going to achieve, and how we are going to achieve. What all aspects are there to be covered. During the training session, the following areas will be covered, like overview of the green building design, explanation of the rating system and criteria and points related to rating, online access to the rating tool, documentation process through use